The life of a soldier is tough. You can get called up without any time to say your goodbyes. But it's even worse for your family because they don't know when you'll be back or if you'll be back at all. From tearful embraces to overwhelming joy, these are the moments that remind us of the true meaning of home. And remember, these are the ones that made it back to the arms of those who love them most. 9-year-old Luca was ready to take on anyone in this Taekwondo class.
Keep the gloves up, Shib. Come on, Shib. Come on. So there we go.
Well, that was until he realized that his opponent was his dad, who had been away in Kuwait for 10 months.
You were such a big boy when I was going. I'm so proud of you.
Oh my God!
When this woman heard a knock on her door, the last person she was expecting to see was her son, who was supposed to be spending an extra month in Afghanistan.
Where did you come from?
Now, George, as any good date should, do you have something to give to Chelsea to impress her? Oh, look at this, a dozen roses. That's wonderful. All right, wait, there's something else? Really? Wait, Chelsea, don't go anywhere. George, there must be, what do you have as a surprise?
This soldier came through for his little sister's big day after serving a year in the Middle East.
By Chelsea's brother.
Did you also think George the mascot was her brother?
Oh my God! And look, he's here! I think I know. Hi, Peter! Oh my God!
The fond memories, shared secrets, everything flashed through her mind the moment she heard his name. Truly, nothing beats the bond between siblings. Weddings are special, but what makes them even more special is having the people your heart holds dear around you.
Is that Drew? Yeah.
Like in this moment when Drew, a US Marine, flew to Iowa from Japan to surprise his sister at her wedding. School can be really boring, but not on days when your older sister in the army surprisingly shows up. If your daughter had been in the army for more than 5 years and was stationed in Afghanistan for the past 4 months, you'd have the same reaction too.
It's just a big weight. Lift it off away.
330 days is long enough. Welcome home, Sergeant Swanson.
She hadn't seen her fiancé in 330 days because he was away in Afghanistan. She put in so much just to make this moment special for them, and it was truly special. A reunion with one of your military parents is plenty enough, but 2, a truly magical moment.
Would you welcome home our brave men and women? What's it like to get to 30 years ago?
Long, great, fun. Real fun this year.
Here's one time that dropping the ball wasn't such a bad thing after all.
Well, we have a special guest today. It's Veterans Day. have a day off. Go see your brother. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for coming.
He longed to see his brother so much that he counted the days since he'd last seen him. And when his dreams finally came true, he became Spider-Man for a split second. The overwhelming feeling you get when a loved one who hasn't been around in a long time shows up unexpectedly can only be expressed with tight, warm hugs. Students are never excited to see teachers, unless that teacher is a student favorite who was deployed to Afghanistan in the middle of the school year. This guy is definitely the teacher of the year.
You want to tell me something?
When you get called to the principal's office, you know for sure you're in trouble.
Here's Mr. Top.
That's what makes this even more emotional for him. A mystery box arrived in front of their house. What they didn't know was that their dad, who's been away for 7 months serving the Navy, was inside.
What is it? Daddy!
Aren't we glad the kid was very careful with the scissors, though? After months of separation, he finally lays his eyes on his father for the first time. But something's different. You see, he remembers his father is bald, but now he has hair. It takes a moment for him to process this unexpected change, and then it hits him. No, not the floor, the thought. They both waited for months, one for her father and the other for her husband. You can feel the emotions as he finally comes home. She finally sees her boyfriend in person for the first time in almost a year. It's hard to imagine what it's like for parents to wait for their child's return from the army, but it's even harder for kids to spend a large part of their early years away from their dad. On her college graduation, this woman received more than a diploma. Her son, who had been serving in the Middle East for 2 straight years, flew 32 hours across the world to surprise her on this special day. She was getting ready for her big game. What she didn't expect was to see her sister standing right beside her. While she was hanging out with her friends at a restaurant, she felt a gentle tap on her back. She literally shivered from the shock. Her brother was standing right before her eyes for the first time in years.
Welcome home.
He had always admired his military father, so it wasn't surprising that he signed up to join the military when he was only 18.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Staff Sergeant Stephen Anderson home.
What was surprising, however, was this father showing up at his son's graduation after serving 11 months in Afghanistan.
A reunion that needed few words.
A U.S. Marine showed up at his little sister's school. She hadn't seen him for over a year. The moment she saw him, she ran across and gave him a warm hug. This soldier stationed overseas traveled all the way to surprise his mother at her graduation.
Linda's son has been stationed overseas and he just came to surprise her and he is the hunter.
The whirlwind of emotions from a homecoming is overwhelming enough to make your eyes well up with tears. This military dad surprised his kids at school after spending 5 whole months away from his beloved family. A U.S. military airman surprised his son at school by appearing undercover, dressed in the opposing team's jersey right in the middle of a football game. His son was so into the game, he wouldn't have even noticed if the referee didn't call a meeting on the 50-yard line. The 180-pound man suddenly became Daddy's little boy as soon as he recognized his father. This little boy just randomly turned around in the middle of a class, and to his greatest surprise, his Air Force mom was squatting right in front of him. What are the odds?
Everyone say hi, Cameron's mom! Hi, Cameron's mom! Everyone say welcome back from deployment! Welcome back from deployment! Cameron's mom was far away for 4 months because she's in the military.
The moment her mom appeared on those tracks, her opponents didn't stand a chance. She received 2 surprises in one night when her military boyfriend showed up out of the blue and bent the knee. His emotions, the flurry of tears, it's obvious his family means everything to him. After an 8-month deployment in Afghanistan and Qatar, this soldier casually walked into his sister's class like he never left.
How you been?
The way his kids rush to hug him shows you just how much of a father he has been even in his absence. Their military dad was away for 40 months in 4 separate deployments, and finally, he made it back.
What's that, Rocky? 1? Of course you have 1 more our gift. What do you got, Rocky?
This soldier had missed a large part of his daughter's life, from her first steps, to prom, to homecoming, and now it was time for her graduation. He made sure he didn't miss it for anything in the world. He flew halfway around the world just to attend his daughter's graduation. When he finally got to meet her, the moment was purely magical. This Philly soldier proposed to his girlfriend right off the plane. Nothing flashy or grandiose, just two people truly in love. Nothing beats the feeling you get from seeing your partner for the first time after a long time. You just don't want to let them go ever again. From the moment her husband left for Afghanistan, she'd been praying, hoping that some way, somehow, he would be around for their son's birth. And to her greatest surprise, he showed up. Sixth grader Madison was focused on her homework. She had absolutely no idea that a special surprise awaited until she felt a gentle hand on her back. Turning around, it was tears of joy as she stared down at her mom for the first time in 7 months. All 8-year-old Miriam Lopez wanted for Christmas was to see her mom, and Santa made it happen in a very special way. In this heartwarming reunion, Carmel, a dedicated mom from Indiana who serves in the Navy, reunites with her daughter. This was their first hug in 7 months.
Are you gonna cry? I missed you. Are you gonna talk to us? It's okay. I missed you.